Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and today I am here to share with you the September Christmas Stampathon 2019 challenge, which is home decor items. And I have made this candle using the Holly Jolly Christmas and Stampin' Blends markers with a touch of our gorgeous cherry cobbler diagonal stripe ribbon. So it's been many years since I've made one of these candles, and let me just show you how to make it, because it's really quite easy. So all I've taken is a piece of tissue paper, so just your normal present tissue paper. I have stamped it in Memento ink, because this is the ink that we use when we are colouring with our Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. And then I have just taken a range of our Stampin' Blends. So I've used basic black, a bit of crumb cake to just show off the white a bit. We do lose a bit of the colour when it melts into the candle, but I'll explain that as we go along. A little bit of smoky slate, mango medley for the gold, and I'm about to use some mossy meadows. So let me grab in my scrap piece of paper here and I will show you exactly, you can see here all my colouring so far, and I'll show you exactly how the colouring works. So it's a bit different because it soaks in really well and really quickly on the tissue paper. So because this is a bit different to the normal paper, I am going in with the Mossy Meadow Dark and just colouring in my darkest areas of this bag, or the sack should I say. Then I'm going to go, oops, as I almost get it everywhere, then I'm going to go in with my Mossy Meadow Light and just really go over that join and then lightly over the whole area. Just dotting in those bits I think I may have missed. So you can see there, you can see the dark graduating into the light. Now while I have this here, I'm also going to colour in my last few gifts. So I'm just going to put some touches of dark, trying to be very careful because this colour likes to move quite a lot. It's not too bad, but I'm just trying to gently, very gently colour this in. Now what colour? I might just adjust the light green, oops, to this one here. Now just remember, it's individual, it's handmade, but I will just go over with my dark mango medley. And I'll just move to a new spot where there's no colour. There we go. Pop back in that beautiful golden ribbon. So if you do get it over the lines into another colour, you are able to go in with another colour. So I think I have that all coloured in, and also on the tissue paper you can also use our colour lifter to soften some of the colours. So let me just see here, I'll go to a place where there's no colours and I just want to soften this crumb cake that I've put just here, and you can see I have softened that up quite a bit, which is exactly what I wanted. So Now that we've finished off the Santa, and you can see how well the Stampin' blends work on the tissue paper, I'm going to add the sentiment, and I have used the Delicata Golden Glitz ink, and I have just stamped this directly onto the bottom of the tissue paper. And I'm just going to test stamp it here off to the side. I'm going to decide how I want my Santa to stand. Let's make sure that's nicely done. Put Love Santa, because the Santa doesn't, put the Love Santa there. Just stamp this off a few times, get rid of the excess ink. I love this Delicata ink. It is so, so, so beautiful. So take away my scrap piece. Now that we've got this all stamped up, I am going to trim out this. Now I'm not being super duper particular, but I am going fairly close. I'm also trying to be quite smooth when I trim this out. Sorry for putting up with my hand cutting here, but I have done majority of the process off screen. Otherwise we would have been here for a good half an hour maybe. I was doing things when I was doing this colouring. Now for those of you that might be new to the Christmas Stampathon challenge, this is a challenge that myself and 3 of my demonstrator friends came up with to be ready for Christmas. We found a couple of years ago we were really chasing our tails at the end of November, early December, going, why do we do this to ourselves? So we invented, or not invented, but created the Christmas Stampathon, and there is a challenge every month from January, 25th of January, and the last set challenge is on the 25th of October. So next month is our last month for the year, and then that ends up on the 25th of November. And for your entry each month, you get a ticket into the draw, and you get a prize pack for Australia, the US or the UK, because we're all in different countries. So all you have to do for this month is to create one home decor item. I'm happening to do 2 here because I had to do one to show you, and then do this one. So now that we've got that, I've got my candle here. Now this works with vanilla or white, but because it works a little bit better with a complete white candle, but I only have a cream vanilla and it's French vanilla scented. It's heavenly, absolutely heavenly. So all I do is I place this on my candle, and then the super duper special ingredient is a piece of wax paper. So what this does, you put the wax paper, I just need to angle this to make sure I'm completely happy. So what we do is put wax paper side down on the candle, and then we just hold it nice and taut. And what I'm going to do here is grab my heat tool, and it's already preheated, but I just want to heat it up a bit more. I just want to hold this really, really smooth and taut. There we go. I'm just trying to, this is the hardest bit of the process, is just to get that nice smooth texture. Okay, I'm really happy with that. And now we are going to melt the wax and the tissue paper into the candle. So it all looks like one. It looks like I've stamped it onto the candle. So you can see how that colour is changing as I just want to re-smooth this out. And you can see how this is blurring the lines, and this is all melted. Okay, going to, one-handed, turn this off, let this wax cool a little. I am just going to use my hands to smooth it out, and let's look at the result. Let me see. Ta-da! Not too bad. I just want to go over this edge here a touch. So what I might do is find a newish spot on this. Okay, and what I think I might do is just hold this down like that. I'm doing this all wrong-handed. Actually, if I turn the candle over, I can then use the hand I would normally use. Oh, look at this real-time crafting, guys. So I just want to go over this edge a touch more just to get it melted into the candle. Let's see how this worked. That's better. Okay, so no candle is going to be perfect because it's handmade, but you can see here how lovely this looks. And I did, sorry for all the crinkling there, I did add a bit more shading in a darker color on the one I just did compared to my original, just because I felt I lost a lot of my shading and I used a darker color on the skin. So they're very similar, but this one has slight, oh, I forgot to color in the end of his bag, but that's okay, it's handmade. So to finish it off, I'm just going to take some of this striped diagonal ribbon, or diagonal striped ribbon in Cherry Cobbler, just to add something a bit extra and a bit of just a bit of texture, something a bit different. I just feel it finishes it off nicely. Okay, so tie this around the bottom, and if you see how we have two different kinds of stripes, I'll show you how to get the right stripes just when I have done this, because you know, when no one's watching I can do this perfectly, but because I know you're all watching, it's not going to work. Okay, it was there. Patience is the key. Patience, patience. But you can see real time. My ladies today in class were having some difficulties as well, and I was helping them. I think I might have to, oh no, so you can have your ends separate, or we can turn them over and finish our knot so we've got all the same sides. So just before you do that final pull, you just pull your ends how you would like them, and then you go from there. And now what I'm going to do is just snip and snip, and then I'm just going to shimmy this down. I'm just going to have to stand it up just because that's the easiest way to do it. Sliding this down a candle, I've got it in a nice tension, which is great. Just give it a final zhuzh when it's in the right spot. And I have 2 candles, perfect to give as a gift to teachers, friends, or to use in my own home, because I think a very similar candle from my grandmother's house has gone missing, so I can replace it with one that I've made myself. So thank you so much for joining me. If you do want to join along in the challenge, please pop over to our Facebook group, which is linked below. And what you need to complete this project, if this is what you'd like to make, is the Holly Jolly Christmas stamp set, some Stampin' blends, Memento ink. I have also used our Delicata Golden Glitz ink, and I used the Cherry Cobbler stripe, diagonal stripe ribbon. So I do hope to see all your home decor items in our Christmas Stampathon, so you can earn a ticket into our prize draw at the end of November. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you for our final challenge next month. Thanks. Bye.